YouTube. It's Christine with Souls of Rising, jumping on with some oracle messages for the second half of the month of April. This video is for the sign of Aries. So if you have Aries sun, moon, or rising, you will want to stick around for your messages. And also remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoy this video and subscribe for more content from my channel. I'm going to jump right in with some oracle messages. Also, all the decks that I will be using, you will see those listed in the description box below, along with my website where you'll find any information that you might need on how to set up a personal or private reading with me if you feel like you need something that's a little bit more personal for you and your situation. Otherwise, these are collective messages, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right, let's pull some cards, Aries. All right, Aries, let me show you the cards that came out. So we have Crystal Cave, Trust, Starry Night, Acceptance, and then underneath those I have Dragon, which is Power, Bear Spirit, Healing, Storm Spirit, Chaos, and Secret Spring, Success. Okay, so this is sort of an interesting vibe I got immediately with the first two cards. So with these two cards, Trust and Acceptance, I really feel like you guys are in this process where it's like you've come to some realization about a truth of a situation that you are in. Now, this could be, work, it could be a relationship, it could be love life, could be, a family situation, a friend scenario. It's going to apply differently to different folks watching this video. But ultimately, the message is the same, which is this sense of I feel like you guys have allowed something to finally come into your awareness, a truth that you needed to know or needed to see. And I do feel that you are seeing things accurately. So you are starting to see a situation more for what it truly is, rather than maybe the way that you wanted it to be. And that's what I really feel like this acceptance is about. And I feel like some of what this message is about for you is, yes, you're seeing the truth and you need to accept and trust what you're seeing, okay? So for some of you, this could be that you're seeing this intuitively. So maybe you're getting some intuitive information about a situation that maybe all is not as it seems, or that there's something going on, maybe more than what's being shared. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is actually just you coming into awareness of the truth of something that's going on in your life and realizing that you need to accept that situation as it is so that you can move forward. Okay. I really am drawn to the fact that in that Trust card, like that crystal ball is just illuminated. It's like whatever this is finally being shown to you. It's finally coming into the light. And the reason I feel like that is happening is actually because you have been going through a transformative process where you've been going through some healing. And that is allowing you to step into this space of more power. You're strong enough to see this now, and I feel like maybe you guys weren't in the past, okay? So it's like you're finally seeing things for what they are because you can handle it now, and maybe before you couldn't, or maybe you just wouldn't have had the resources to do anything about it, or wouldn't have known what to do. Now I feel like you're getting more guidance or more information coming in that's showing you very clearly what you're dealing with. And I feel like that's allowing you to step forward. I do keep being pulled to this bear in the Bear Spirit card of you see how his ribs are sticking out? I keep being pulled there, and I feel like there's something coming in around that you may have felt like you had to work really hard in the past to meet your needs, or felt like you didn't get enough of what you needed, either in relationships or in situations in life. Maybe you worked really hard at work but didn't feel like you got paid adequately, or you worked really hard to make your family happy or proud of you, and it just never quite seemed to come into fruition. But I really feel like this sense of lack or not enough or not getting what you need or not getting out of a situation, what you put into it, is part of what you've been working on healing. And I feel like this was always about you, Aries. Like this was really, even if there were other people around or involved, that ultimately what's really been happening in the background is that you've been growing, you've been changing, you've been healing. And I think I got this for Aries in one of my other videos recently. May have been for the beginning of April, but I actually think some of my fire sign videos might have touched on this as well. This sense that you're the one who's changing and being changed by the dynamics of your situation. And I really feel like whatever it is you've been going through, it's been just making you so much stronger as a person and helping you really step more fully into your own power. And I really feel like there's something coming through with this dragon card too, of you being protected. So kind of like this dragon that's sitting there with her while you couldn't see whatever this was going on. See how she's kind of laying there? She doesn't really see this glowing orb that's like on top of her. It's like you've been being protected the whole time. Okay, so whatever this is that maybe you're starting to realize is going on, you know, sometimes when we see something that maybe was hard to see or didn't want to see, that can be really difficult. Emotionally, it can be challenging, or we can feel deceived or feel caught off guard. And I feel like this is showing you that regardless of that, you've been being protected the whole time, that Spirit's been watching over you throughout everything, and they want you to know that. I'm also getting with this card that some of you are like starting to become aware of this situation because you're finally willing to look at it. Okay, you're finally willing to accept it. You're willing to see the truth. And now because you're willing and open and ready, like maybe you've been banging your head on the wall going, why is this not working? Or why is this energy around this situation so difficult or challenging? Why can't we seem to get past this? Or why can't we seem to break through this? And it could be that before you just weren't open to the truth, and now it's like being revealed because you're not sleeping on it anymore, right? You're not turning your back on it anymore. You're ready to face it. You found your strength enough to really face it, okay? And notice how that orb is really close to her solar plexus chakra, right? It's like lighting up that personal power center and really stepping fully into like, I'm brave enough now to face this truth. I am strong enough that like, if I need to walk away from something, I'm ready to do it. If I need to know that you're full of it and you're lying to me, then I'm ready to hear it, okay? It's like sometimes it takes us stepping into that. Or maybe it's like, look, this situation isn't as rosy as I thought it was, and I need to acknowledge that so that I can fix it, right? So that we can roll up the shirt sleeves and get to work. Let's hack at it, right? Let's hack away at it. Let's make it better. Let's make it something more, okay? I do feel like with the storm spirit here, that what you need to understand is that whatever changes are gonna happen as a result of you accepting or understanding this truth or coming into awareness of this truth, even though that may feel like a stormy energy coming in, like maybe there's something now that needs to change or needs to shift. And I do think there is, you know, this card probably would not be showing up. Know that whatever needs to be cleared out or is being cleared out by this energy is ultimately bringing in success. It's taking you somewhere better, okay? So your ability to now accept this situation for whatever it really is, to see the truth, is what is opening this door and allowing you actually to finally succeed. And I do get a sense for some of you that success has been elusive, okay? So like, I feel like you would have been very frustrated, like unable to figure out why something hasn't been panning out, what's been getting in the way. Like, I feel like there's an obstacle, but it's almost like you haven't been able to see it. And so it's been so frustrating. And now I feel like this truth is going to be revealed, or this truth finally comes out. And when it does, it just makes so much more sense to you why things were going the way they were, or why something wasn't panning out the way that you wanted it to. I'm going to pull just a couple more of these oracle cards, and then we're going to jump over to tarot and just see if we can dig into this a little bit deeper for you, Aries. Oh yeah. All right, I just feel like this is kind of validation of what I was already getting, but I'm going to show you. So we have Moonlight Enchantment. This is a card of magic. And there's a wolf sort of like howling at the moon. And this is just really giving me instinctual vibes. Like wolves go on instinct, you know, they listen to nature. They listen to the vibrations of the environment around them. They're very keen. They're very intuitive, very intellectual. And I sort of feel like there's a sense with this of like this talks about you coming into this awareness, or you really being kind of tapped into what's been happening behind the scenes. You know, this is similar to a moon card in tarot. The moon has to do with secrets. It has to do with things that are hidden or unveiled. And notice that in this card, the moon is full. And what does a full moon do? Well, it illuminates what needs to go. It illuminates what's ready to leave our lives, or where we need to cut something away in order to make things better. It's like, oh, that's such a weird, okay, this is a really weird example. I don't know why Spirit's showing me this as an example. I've been watching Walking Dead, maybe that's what it is. They're showing me like an amputation, okay? So say that you have an infection, and the only way to stop the infection from like poisoning your whole body is to amputate, okay? It's like this energy is showing you what has to be sacrificed, what has to be released or let go of in order to preserve the integrity of the whole system, or of your whole self. Or, you know, so it could just be one situation where part of the plan maybe is a problem, and if you don't like change that one part, nothing else works. But once you acknowledge and you let go of that one piece being a certain way, then everything else falls into place, right? I don't know why they give such a dramatic example. I don't think any of you are getting amputations, okay? Don't really think that's what that's speaking to. But it's sort of an extreme example of how sometimes we have to let go of what's rotten in order to preserve the rest. Think of like a plant. That's a better example. Think of a plant that has like, you know, root rot. And you might have to cut away some of the roots so that you can preserve the plant, or so that you can save the plant's life, right? We don't give up or throw the whole thing away. We fix what needs fixing, and that might sometimes mean a sacrifice has to be made, or we have to let go of some aspect of the situation. Or it can be, for some of you, self-preservation that happens because you finally just let go of something and realize that the whole thing's just not working, okay? And again, that'll apply for different folks. And then we've got transformation. This is a total transformation, but ultimately this is a transformation that is happening because you guys are ready for it. I really feel like this is you, Aries, standing in this shell with your butterfly wings, ready to fly away, ready to move on from this situation, because you've found your pearl inside, right? You have been through enough now. You've gone through enough change, enough challenge. You faced enough obstacles that you have found your inner strength and your inner beauty and your inner wisdom. And so you are so ready to move forward. And that's why this needs to be seen. That's why it's time now for this thing to come out, or to become known, or for you to accept it so that you can move forward. I'm also being pulled to the fact that this butterfly wings are blue. You know, blue is the color of the throat chakra. It's also the color of truth, of speaking truth, standing up for the truth, standing in our own truth, okay? It can have to do with receiving messages. So this could also, for some of you, actually mean receiving truth. Maybe you're going to receive a message that helps you to move forward. And I feel like if that is the case, you're going to recognize it as truth. Like it's going to resonate as true to you. And then I feel like your acceptance of it allows you to move forward. And it changes the situation. It changes the game, I'm hearing, okay? And then we have focus. Okay, Wizard of the Woods, focus. I kind of feel like this is just you and your power, like realizing that you have the power, that you can change the situation, that you can transform the situation. I know the card is focus, but it kind of am just being pulled to the magic in his fingertips. Like and he's really firm here. Like I feel like this wizard is really strong and firm, and this is what needs to change. And I know it, okay? I'm not gonna be you know, put off from it this time. So maybe you kind of were onto this in the past and you tried to call it out and somebody like danced around the truth a little bit. and you believed them, now it's like, not happening. I feel like this is, you're not being deceived anymore. You're focused in on what is real and right and true, and you're spot on. I hear spot on. So don't let anybody tell you you're wrong. It can be hard if you're receiving something intuitively. You don't necessarily have all the proof to back it up yet, but I'm getting validation, trust your gut then. And literally we have the card of truth showing up next with Raven Spirit and courage. And I really just feel, again, this is you having the courage to admit the truth, to focus on the truth, even if other people are not willing to do so. You may have some other people, maybe you're getting there before everyone else in a situation. So maybe there's others in the situation who are still stuck in the illusion of something where maybe they're not willing to see it how it is, or just they haven't gotten there yet, and you beat them to the punch a little bit. And so you're sitting there going, no, like this is the truth. This is what is going on here. This is what needs to be. And no one's listening. And just know that you have to, don't give up. Don't let them sway you. Know that you're right. Like you have the truth, and you have to have the courage to stand up for it. Let's move over to tarot. I want to see if we can get a little bit more specific information for you guys. All right, Aries, let's jump in. I'm going to show you what came out with tarot. It definitely feels validating to the oracle cards that we got. The first card we have is the Seven of Swords. And I love in this deck, you know, I was really pulled to use this deck for these readings. I almost never use this tarot deck. It's a beautiful deck, has a lot of really cool imagery. But honestly, I tend to forget I even have it. So it tends to kind of collect dust on the shelf at home. But today I really felt like it needed to be used for these readings. So there's a reason for that whenever I'm called. This card looks so different than the normal Seven of Swords. This is more a card of reflection. And what was I saying about, it's like you seeing the truth. And so I see with this stag, I'm getting like, okay, so on the surface, things look really good. Situation looks really good, but underneath it's rotten. Underneath something isn't right, and you know it. You see it for what it really is, okay? You see it for what it truly is because you're strong enough. Look at like all these horns on this stag. Like he's been around a long time. He's been through some stuff, and he has learned some lessons. He has the wisdom to see it for the truth of what it is. Not lying to himself any longer here, okay? And I really feel like you guys are not in denial about something anymore. Maybe you were at one time. And then we have Knight of Cups, which is opportunity, okay? This also can be a card of intuition, listening to your intuition. I kind of feel like you are listening to what your intuition is telling you about this situation, and maybe that's how you've been able to sort of really see through some of what's been going on and see underneath of the situation. But also I feel like you being in truth, being able to see the truth is also bringing in opportunity for change. I keep being pulled down to this like labyrinth down here, and all this energy swirling around the labyrinth. It's like because you've gotten into those inner like dimensions or inner layers of what's really happening. So you may actually be seeing again beneath the surface of things. Then I've got Wheel of Fortune showing up, but on its side, which is transitional energy for me, showing up like this. And I feel like what's happening is you seeing things the way they are is actually helping bring in some change. It's changing and transforming, turning the wheel, turning the situation, but it's setting things in motion for a tower moment, which I kind of feel like you guys know. Like whatever this is, it does feel like an ending needs to happen. Something needs to be broken down or rebuilt or changed. And it might just be like a current plan. Maybe there's a plan in place and you're just finally realizing this is a terrible plan and everyone else still wants to go on with it. And you're just realizing, no, like this is not good. This isn't going to work, okay? It isn't always to say that the whole situation falls apart. It might just be we have to find another way to get there, right? But for some of you, this could be a whole situationship falling apart. But ultimately, I do feel like with opportunity and Wheel of Fortune here, remember, opportunity, Wheel of Fortune, ultimately is turning things in our favor. And I feel like, you know, we got that with that storm spirit in the Oracle. This card showing up right, followed up by the card of success. I also feel like this fairy's moving on. So, you know, again, there's moving on energy here with this of like walking away from something actually bringing more success for you. And I kind of get that here with the Tower as well. And I keep being pulled to the Dove in the bottom of this, that maybe it's been hard to find a peaceful resolution to something, or a resolution that meets the needs of everyone involved in a situation. But this breaking through of this energy with the truth coming in and being seen, it's cracking it open. And I feel like it's actually going to free that dove. It's going to allow that dove to fly free, to move out of what is not a good situation, and actually probably to bring peace for everyone involved. And then underneath of those, I have Seven of Cups in the reverse position, which I immediately got was Seven of Cups is the card of illusion. And I got, this is you no longer in illusion. You are out of that energy. You have exited it. You are seeing this situation for what it is. Clear as day, I hear. Clear as day. And that is followed by Seven of Wands. Okay, and Seven of Wands means like the battle is won or the battle is over. Maybe we're still staring at, you know, that empty space. But look at this figure on this card. You know, this is such solar plexus energy, such fierce energy of like, I have the power. I just hear, I have the power now, right? Like I'm on the other side of this situation. I've gotten the upper hand. I see things the way that they are, and I'm gonna roar. Like I'm ready to make this change. I've had enough. This is such an Aries card too. I feel like this so represents Aries energy. And I feel like this is you feeling strong in your own energy and knowing that you can bring this truth to light. And then we've got Three of Wands, which is excitement, hope for the new things that are coming in. And I really feel like you are, by being honest with yourself about the situation, you're actually opening the door for some really amazing things to come in for you. It's like, you know, typically Three of Wands is like that ship's coming in energy. It's like, I'm ready now to move into something more fruitful. And then underneath all of that, we have King of Swords, being decisive, letting go, followed by the Death card, again, ending energy, transformation. Death is the ultimate transformation. Transformation means we don't just end something, right? We transform it. We shift into the new beginning. And we have Two of Cups. So for some of you, this may be resonating as a relationship reading or a romance reading. So it could be that you know that it's time for something to end in a relationship. It may not be the relationship itself. It could be for a chunk of you, but it may actually just be that something needs to change in the relationship dynamic. Then we have that followed by Queen of Swords. Okay. And I did ask for some clarity, you know, with the Death card and the Two of Cups there. And I got Ten of Pentacles came out. And what I got with this was, it's like the ending of a fairy tale. It's like realizing that we don't live in a fairy tale and that things don't always have a happy ending. But that doesn't mean that we can't have one, right? It's like, sometimes acknowledging the truth of the situation, that maybe everything's not all roses, actually can open the door to make it better, to get closer to that energy. It's interesting because this is Ten of Pentacles, not Ten of Cups, but it totally is Ten of Cups vibes with the, you know, the family and the children and all of that. It gives me like major Beauty and the Beast vibes too. And then after Queen of Swords, I really felt like the Queen of Swords in this reading. See, she's like sick of this. She sees this. She sees something. She sees it coming. Oh my gosh, look, we got the blue butterfly showing up again right at her throat chakra. And she's tapped in like to what's really going on. Look at all that energy coming up at her crown. Like, I feel like this is you, Aries, like knowing the truth. So somebody might be in denial about this. And I feel like you're not the one who is. You're the one who sees it the way it is. And then I got the Lovers coming out, which I kind of feel like, you know, if this is a relationship, this is what you were hoping it would be, or hoping this is what you want. but I feel like you're coming to a place where you're just exhausted with this Nine of Wands popping out right underneath of it. And it feels like I'm tired of trying to like make something come into balance or make something work. And it's time to move on. It's time to, like, it's like Eight of Swords here. Like the energy is really stuck. Like things are just not moving. It's not moving forward, or it's not moving fast enough, or something isn't coming into fruition the way that it needs to. And it's like, you're tired of it. I just feel like you're exhausted from this. And that's also empowering you to see the truth of the situation. I want to pull a couple more cards for you guys. You know, it's interesting. I feel like this Ten of Pentacles is here, but I feel like this Ten of Pentacles has a double meaning, because I feel that it is maybe the ending of one situation and the beginning of another. It does, just like I was getting that transformation with the Death card. It's not just an ending, it's a new beginning. Okay, whether that is within the same relationship, meaning we have a come to Jesus moment that actually opens things up and allows us to have an even deeper connection, more intimate connection, or, you know, with all the cards laid on the table, or I actually end this relationship so that I can have what I really want, because it's just not happening with this one, right? I did really get fairy tale vibes with this. So I feel like you're not stuck in the fairy tale of it anymore. You are ready to see the full truth of whatever this current situation is. And again, for some of you, this may not be a relationship. It could also just be partnership as well. So some of you, this could be partnership, not relationship or romance, you know. All right, let's go. We got a card coming out. Five of Pentacles on its side, transitional energy. Yeah, it's giving me the same vibes as that bear. I'll show it to you. Five Pentacles like this. Again, we have the wolf energy showing up here, right? Wolf or coyote. And then, you know, we had that bear card. I was really getting that sense of like a period of like scarcity, or feeling like maybe, you know, I feel like this is past energy though, like of feeling like things don't work out for me, or feeling like I don't have what I need, or I don't get what I need, I don't get my needs met. But this is on its way out, right? It's on its way out. You're tired of not getting what you deserve. You're tired of not getting what you want. And you're sick enough of it that you're willing to see the truth now. You're sick enough of it that you're willing to see the truth. It's like, if this isn't going to be what I want, I'm done, and I'm moving on, because I want something that is. Like, I'm not going to hang around forever with this, waiting on something that's just not going to come into being. Yeah, you're done waiting. And your decision not to wait, I feel like, is helping bring some things into balance here too. Yeah, it's bringing things into balance for you, especially. So I got Prince of Wands, which is like the Knight of Wands. And I feel like this is you going, like, F this, I'm moving forward. And like, I feel like this figure on the card, again, we got that lion energy showing up. But I feel like he's actually pulling that rainbow forward. It's like, I'm going to create my happiness that I want and that I know I deserve. I'm creating it. I'm creating it from a space of truth and understanding and acceptance and acknowledgement of what currently is. And I'm not giving up on what I want. I'm going to get it. Okay. I think that's a big thing here too. Cause like, in some ways this could feel very negative, and it doesn't feel negative to me. It actually feels like whatever this change is that you're realizing you need to make, it's actually helping you come into more power and more success. It's helping you finally free yourself from something that's not manifesting or that's not working, in order to create something that will. And I do feel like it brings everything into harmony and into balance. The Two of Pentacles, a balanced, even, give and take, equal energy. And then that's followed by Four of Pentacles, stability, serenity. It is interesting, again, for some of you for whom this is like ending a romance. Look, that swan's all by herself. And the sun's there, and she's like, I'm cool, I'm good with me, and I have more peace this way. That's not going to apply for everybody. Four of Pentacles can also be financial stability. It can be just stability in general, feeling like things are balanced and equal and coming together. And then we've got 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. But I feel like it's you creating your own wish fulfillment here, Aries. I really feel like this is you creating it for yourself because you have acknowledged the truth. You've accepted the truth. You're not an illusion anymore. You're not like stuck living, in a fantasy land. You are seeing reality. You're brave enough to see the reality and the truth of things. And that is freeing you to move forward in truth and to actually bring a lot more peace and balance and harmony to a situation that has maybe not been working or just hasn't been moving forward. Let me pull just a couple more cards for this Eight of Swords energy that popped out here. I really felt like that is just stuck stagnant, but can I get like 2 more cards for Eight of Swords, please? 7 of Pentacles, planting seeds. You've been investing a lot of time and effort and energy into something, trying to see it grow. And you've been waiting. Temperance, waiting. Okay. I feel like you're just tired of waiting. Let me get one more card here. The Empress. Nurturing. And I feel kind of with this, it's like you're deciding to invest in yourself or to give back to yourself in whatever the situation is. So maybe you weren't not prioritizing yourself or not taking your own needs into consideration enough with whatever the situation was, and maybe that's becoming apparent to you. Maybe you were waiting for your needs to get met and they just haven't in a situation, and so you're ready to move on from it. Yeah, I got one more card here to follow up on Empress, and we got 10 of Swords, which is painful ending. Okay, ending, putting an end. It's also finality, right? Right along with that Death card showing up here. It's like you've given back enough to yourself. You've grown enough within yourself that you're ready to put an end to something painful or to end an aspect of a situation that is just not working and is creating pain, maybe for you and for other people involved. Because I definitely got the sense of other people's energy who are still maybe stuck in the disillusionment. And you need to be the voice of reason, or maybe you're the one who is finally seeing the truth or seeing the truth first. And so you might be the one kind of leading the way forward, even if the others around you don't totally understand or accept that. So these are your messages, Aries. I wish you guys the best. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with some more Oracle messages. Take care. Bye.